Hello my dear Armenians, these are the news from Western Armenia, especially for you. The burden of participating Intangible heritage falls at the Mother See and the Catholicosate of Cilicia. Hovik Avanesov. I love Constantinople and I'm tired of explaining it. We bought only knowledge and experience, the fight for carpet weaving after Shushi. Shushi Real School, a 19th century model of progressive education. I'm barely surviving 22-year-old Artsakh Defense Army veteran living in inhumane conditions. Artsakh Cuisine, Unveiled in Artsakh, the taste of home 2024. Why supporting Western Armenia State Television matters today? Join our veterans. Hovik Avanesov warns that Azerbaijan openly aims to destroy Armenian cultural heritage in occupied Artsakh. The cultural concept 2040 signed by Aliyev present Artsakh as a liberated territory, but in particide support systematic injury of Armenian monuments. Vandalism occurs regularly, including the destruction of churches such as Vaghouas. Azerbaijan no longer denies these acts and sometimes broadcasts them. Avanesov stated that international silence and awards given to Aliyev encourage further destruction. Over 150,000 Armenians have been displaced, killed, or gone missing, yet the issue is rarely raised internationally. He stresses that Armenia lacks a coordinated state response, and much of the burden falls on the church, diaspora, and media. Journalist Ruben Jabazyan writes about his recent visit to Constantinople, openly saying, "I love Constantinople," and his wife spent Christmas and New Year there, a city that for Armenians hold memory, pain, and continuity. Though he is often expected to justify visiting a city occupied by Turkey, this time this reason was simple: love for the city and its Armenian community. They visited churches, schools, cultural institutions, the Shushi Armenian Cemetery, and the Memorial Museum of the site of Heretics Association. He describes Constantinople as both painful and familiar, a place one can love even while rejecting state policies. Constantinople is not a place to resolve, but to remember, he writes. The 44-day war severely damaged Artsakh historic carpet weaving tradition. Sevak Khachaturian, director of Artsakh Carpet, explains that their first workshop was established in Shushi to preserve tradition and provide jobs for women. 5 workshops were created to protect Artsakh ancient cultural heritage. However, after the war, one of the most developed workshops in Shushi was lost and its property could not be saved. We bought only our knowledge and experience. Khachaturian says nothing that Shushi was once considered one of Artsakh's strongest fortresses, making its loss unimaginable. Despite war and displacement, the company remains committed to preserving Artsakh's carpet weaving heritage under new conditions. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, Shushi was a major cultural center. The Shushi Real School, opened in 1881, played a key role in the city's educational life. Instruction was conducted in Russian. Armenians formed the majority of students alongside Tatars and Russians. Unlike classical gymnasiums, the school focused on science and mathematics. Many graduated continued their studies at technical universities in Russia, becoming engineers and architects. By 1898, it ranked 3rd among 9 real schools in the Caucasus with 334 students. It had strong, factually modern facilities, a large library, and moved to a new building in 1908. Today, Shushi remains occupied. Remembering its educational heritage is both a historical and national responsibility. A woman displaced from Artsakh who served 22 years in Defense Army now lives in severe hardship. Despite her higher education and a son who is disabled war veteran, she survives without basic utilities. Artsakh State Minister Nejde Iskandarian has raised the alarm, stating that she lives in conditions incompatible with normal life and urgently needs support. A family that once carried the burden of war now struggles simply to survive. The Armenian Gender and Benevolent Union in New York published Artsakh, The Taste of Home 2024, a book of recipes and personal stories by Nide Abrahamian and Alin Kamakian, with photographs by Scott Tufenkjian. The book is dedicated to Artsakh women who preserved culture through their kitchens and resilience. It includes 4 personal stories, 10 traditional recipes, rich photography, and a map of Artsakh. Western Armenia TV continues to work with new ideas and clear values. It doesn't do self-promotion. It shares history, culture, and political news about Western Armenia. A big success is the new weekly newspaper, Western Armenia, created to protect and share our history and identity. The channel also reports on the president, government, and parliament of Western Armenia. Dear compatriots, with your support, we will grow stronger. Together, we are powerful. French veterans and Armenian volunteers have joined as the Keepers of Memory. If you are 18 to 78 years old and have some free time, you can join them. Honor homeland brotherhood. Your duty will be to raise the flag of Western Armenia during official and memorial ceremonies, honoring Armenian soldiers and volunteers who protected people from 1916 until today. For more information, contact President Jean Ghazarosyan. If you have any questions or want to learn more, you can visit our official link. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.